5 minutes. Their competition, they go up again.
I done came a long way, ain't been asleep all day. Mama tried to warn me, watch the snakes and watch the fleas. I've been trapping all day, thinking about my homies that ain't get to see the day. Please don't think you know
I
me.
came a long way. I've been in and out my city, man, I ain't even get no sleep all day. I know these niggas gon' talk and these hoes gon' talk, fuck what they all say. I know you either heard I'm hot, that I'm on, that I stopped, I was locked, that I won't, that I will, that I can't do.
Shout out to Bear, shout out to Life, no limits.
Thank you.
All right.
Experience at White Beauty.
Let's go first. I don't really need the mic. For me, I don't know if y'all met Akbar at the time. He was the dean, right? So my memorable experience was he knew who people was, right? He'd come up here like how he do, and he talked to everybody, right? But he ain't know who I was, and what I mean by that is he ain't know like I'm somebody. So I walked into his office like, let me introduce you to who I am. My name Rob, and from there on, the sky was the limit because of how I approached them and how I introduced myself. Every day to this day, still call me. I go to conferences outside of the state. Everything is always paid for, and he just introduced me to a lot of different business opportunities. But it's basically, I was vulnerable enough to put myself in a space to say, yeah, you know who all of us is because you're the dean and that's your responsibility. But do you know who I am and what I want to do and what I can do? And that was my memorable experience because that introduction took me to a lot of different places and a lot of different trips.
That's what's up. So y'all locked in.
Yeah, we locked in.
So it's nothing new to Youth Build, right? With that energy y'all see, it's been around. What time when you graduated?
2016.
2016.
My most memorable experience was, I don't know if any of you guys ever built a trade department, but I was in the first year of the Green Build program, and we built a house on Hubert Street using all Green Build material. And Mr. George, that house is still standing today. It's kind of like you could ride past and be like, dang, I worked on that. It's just a memorable moment. That's probably my most memorable moment. I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of good people that still in my life today.
That's what's up. I'm curious. Because 93 is a long time ago. And I just want to know, like, what was one of your most...
Well, my most memorable moment was us moving from the church basement to a building because when Youth Build first started, we were in the church basement. And surviving off of what we got when we were in this program. Like, we got $100 every 2 weeks and 2 packs of tokens. So you had to want it when I was here. So it wasn't like, where you get that stipend where it's at the cost of living. It was, what they could afford to give us because the programs weren't giving us the grants and the money to do the things that they're able to do for you guys now.
Basement, that's insane. Now, I mean, we are 2 players now, and we get our own building in June, so it's like to see the evolution of people is really nice to see.
For me, you guys still got mental toughness?
Yes.
So for me, it was mental toughness. Coming in with friends, leaving by myself because they wasn't coming on time. So mental toughness was that shock. It's either you wanted it or you didn't. So it's like a survival of the fittest, and we here. So
Did y'all have the march?
we did not.
See, y'all was a god.
Yeah, I got that.
We didn't have mental toughness.
Oh, you didn't have the so no mental toughness.
Because at our point, they were trying to get grants, so it was like, we need everybody here. Like, if you come in 8:30,
So in 93, we still trying to get you filled off the grant.
even though you got in trouble, you was kind of excused if you came in late, but it was, now, if you were in downtown class that week, because we had 1 week of construction, 1 week of class, so if you were late in the class, that was a different story, because downtown didn't play. But if you were on a work site, then you could, sometimes be a little late.
What was your track?
What track?
It was only
We ain't
one
have
day.
no track. That's what I don't know what y'all talking about.
Alright, so when you say work site, what do you mean work site?
We only did carpentry. That was
That's
it.
it. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, so
Youth Build.
93, only carpentry. Now we got culinary, we got business administration, so that's nice to see the opportunity of that. Alright, I'm gonna go to the next question. What was one thing at YB you found hard? During your time, Barry?
I'm gonna piggyback off of her right quick. Mental toughness. I don't know if y'all understand how, like, y'all sitting in these seats right now, and some of y'all had friends that came in and argued with y'all. Some people had boyfriend, girlfriends that came in with them, whatever. But y'all sitting in these seats right now, so y'all gotta capitalize off this opportunity, like, honestly. And mental toughness actually prepare you for the real world in some way, because it gives you responsibility. Like, literally, and you gotta it gives you some sense of urgency to get up and get to where you need to be.
Ask the question one more time.
What was one thing you found hard?
Allowing myself to be vulnerable. And what I mean by that is like walking into spaces and understanding that you're not the smartest, you ain't got the most money, you dig what I'm saying, and you may not be aware of what's going on. But walking into all them environments and rooms, I was always the main attraction because they discussed about where we coming from, and they was talking about basically us, you feel me, about where we come from. And being as though I am somebody that their discussion and what they're trying to fix, I already knew what to say to them and what we needed moving forward to help us, you feel me, as the youth. So being vulnerable and allowing myself to walk into different environments and say, damn, I don't think I should be here because all these people 9 times out of 10 know more than what I know about the task or the obstacle or the situation of what we discussing. But each time I realized that everything I had to say is what they wanted to hear. And the people that you think may know more than you feel me, that doesn't necessarily matter, you feel me? When you walk into a room, you're vulnerable and you're like, all right, I'm willing to learn what you got to say to me or what you can teach me because it may help me down the line. It may not help you right away, but within a year or two, within 6 months, that room and that environment, that conference, that meeting, you feel me, or that workshop that you went in, helped you like, all right, dang, I remember 3 months ago, I was doing a workshop with such and such, and now I'm in this situation, all right, damn, it came back to me, now I can, move the right way in this situation and be able to handle whatever it is in front of you, you feel me? So you have to allow yourself to be vulnerable. Me, I was always in the corner, right? Because I ain't really care about people. You feel me? I didn't care. I did have a homie that came here with me, and that's who I rocked out with. But when I allowed myself to speak up more and actually talk about what I wanted to do and what I needed from Youth Build, they started to give it to me. A lot of the times when you don't speak up and put yourself in that predicament, I ain't eat last night. You feel me? Come in and you probably got that one bean or I don't know how case managers, if y'all still got those. Yo, Mr. Frank, that's my old head. You understand what I'm saying? Mr. Frank took care of me in a way. I go to Mr. Frank, I need this. He made sure it happened. But I was vulnerable enough to say, I might not come to school tomorrow because I ain't got no car fare. Oh yeah, you gotta go to such and such, right? All right, boom. I didn't know that because for a while I didn't want to ask questions. I'm just here, get my diploma, and I'm trying to slide. But the moment I opened my mouth and was like, all right, I need this, I want to do this, I started meeting CEOs. You understand? I started going to different states just to try stuff, just to be like, all right, no, official. I say my last name because of my job was great. But Rob, you are technically the poster boy for the build right now, in a way. Don't get me wrong, I was compensated. But I was compensated in ways that it helped me elevate. You dig me? Most people think money compensation. No, I'm talking opportunity compensation. You dig me? And a lot of people neglect those because they don't be vulnerable enough to say, I need this, I want to do this, and this is where I'm at. You dig me? When you put yourself in those situations, in this school, that's what I learned from me. And that was the hardest thing for me, allowing myself to open up and be vulnerable. Like, all right, you got something that I need. You did me, but I'm a little scared to ask you for it because I'm afraid that you're judging me. Everybody's judging every day. You did me, you walk outside, you're being judged by somebody you just don't know it. You have to say, I don't care about that right now. I'm trying to get to this next level of life. And that's what was really the hardest thing for me. And it became easy after a while. Once you open it up, it's like, oh, this is easy. When I say they call me, Rob, need you, to this day. You feel me? We need you, but that's what was the most hardest thing.
So what I'm hearing is like just being open to like opportunity, being vulnerable in different spaces, embracing the full Youth Build Out experience, basically, right? Gotcha. We're gonna go to another question. And I'm gonna jump over to Reba for like, what was something that you are proud of doing at YB? Like something that you did here that makes you extremely proud while you're in the space.
Honestly, so like during mental toughness, I said I was going to be a valedictorian. I stood up there in my mom's obituary and was like, yo, I'm going to be a valedictorian. Was I a valedictorian? No, I wasn't. But that was something I was proud of because the gentleman that was, he excelled so much where I named my son after him, which is kind of bad because I should have named after my son. But whatever, anyway. But that was something I was very proud of. Just putting it out into the atmosphere that I wanted to, be a valedictorian, I wanted to excel. And now I am excelling. I'm in an MBA program, which is a master's in business. I am a social worker for children and youth, helping Black and brown people excel in this life. So I wouldn't have been on that track had I not came here. Because in a traditional high school setting, you don't have people like mentors, case managers. My mentor was Rebecca. She's still here. Like, how dope is that? That I get to come back and see her and see that she's still helping people like us. So, I'm just proud of everything that this organization stands for. Is what I'm for. So.
I'm curious to know, like, why me? Like, if you guys want to share, if you feel comfortable sharing, like, what barriers or challenges that you're experiencing right now, even partially why me?
So for me, I was a September through December child. So after December, when we had that long break for Christmas, I never went back to school in January. So I was doing well in school, but I wasn't fitting in. As he was saying, like when you have that parent that's trying, a single parent that's trying to give all of you everything that you need, and you don't have those things that you need, and other kids have those things, and you're getting teased and you're getting, bothered about when you come back to school, even though you're smart. So when we were growing up, like being smart wasn't the end. It was who had the newest shell tops, or who had, the Jordashes, who had this, thing that y'all probably don't, didn't experience, but those things happen, or not being able to get your hair done, you know what I'm saying? And coming to school, you're the only one coming to school, with 2 braids because your mom couldn't get your hair done and those type of things. So a lot of times I didn't go back to school. But then I went to Southern, which in Southern they had, if anybody knows what Southern is, in South Philadelphia, so they had a program in the basement. It was called SAIL. It wasn't, everybody thought we were slow. We weren't slow. We were people that dropped out of school that wouldn't come. So I was in that program, but they didn't get the funding for that program the following year. So I'm going to make this short, this long story short, but my cousin was the vice principal at Southern, and he had ties to Taylor Frome, so he sent my information to her, and so I called about the Youth Build program, and actually SEPTA went on strike, so I couldn't even get down there to see if I got in, and she actually rode her bike to my house and gave me my letter of acceptance for that program. But in short, what was the question again?
Why Youth Build?
So the reason why Youth Build is because it was a program that let me be me. It was a program that allowed me to meet people of different cultures, different backgrounds, and right now I'm nervous. But when I was in school at Youth Build, I talked so much, so they had me on everything. The board of directors, I went to Boston, I went to everywhere. I went everywhere to do radio shows and all that. I was a talkative person back then, not now. But that's why Youth Build, because it changed who I was. It made me feel like I was important. Like when I was in school regularly, I didn't feel important, and Youth Build made me feel important.
I appreciate it. Before we even move on, my man.
I'm Tyrik Gass, class of 2010.
We're going to get into your occupation and everything else in a second, all right? My fault. What's up, Eric?
I Youth Build. I went to Martin Luther King High School. I don't know if anybody from Uptown, but I don't know. Like King wasn't it for me, and I just dropped out. I had a daughter at 17, and I was in the streets. I was trying to be something that I'm not. I made some money, and I was just sitting there once the summer before my 12th grade year, and I was like, what am I doing with myself? My daughter about to be 1. I really ain't had nothing. I ain't had no money in my pocket, and her grandmother brought me an application to Youth Build. Never heard of the program. I looked it up. Within like probably the first 30 minutes of having the application, which was actually on my 17th birthday, I signed up, and the next day I sent my application to Youth Build. And once I actually got into Youth Build, the why is because of the environment. I was able to thrive and be myself. Never really had to worry about judgment. I mean, it was coming. By the time I got into Youth Build, I blocked it out. And that's what you heard. I got this blinders on. Y'all was at the end. And it's going to be a day after Youth Build. Like, there, you do not want to be underprepared for that.
I do want to open it up to the floor. If you have any questions, comments before we move to the next section. No one has to chime in. All right, so we're going to transition to like a present type of vibe, right? So I just want to learn about like what you guys have going on right now, work-wise. Are you currently working? Are you currently in school? So Tyrik, if you want to jump in. All right.
Gotcha. Ma'am? Yeah, I'm both. You're at a school called Kennerton right there on Broad in Ontario, on 15th in Ontario. I actually teach 5th grade math, so that's why I'm a little late for that. I take my students to, I had to take my students to lunch and all that, so that's why I was a little late. But I'm also in school as well, my master's degree in education. So yeah, that's why.
What year did you graduate?
2010.
2010. Where did you go for undergrad?
Well, Wilmington University.
Nice.
Undergrad and grad school right now.
Word. So we got a 5th grade teacher, Youth Build Big. Right, Raina? You want to jump in? If you tell us a little bit about what you got going on right now?
Oh, currently I'm working at AmeriHealth. It's a part of Keystone First.
Okay.
So, and I also have a business, so I'm doing both, and
What type of business you
I'm doing this type of stuff, making
perfect.
shirts,
Okay.
jewelry,
Did you make this one?
Yeah, I did make
You can explain that next time. I'm messing with you.
No, so first of all, I don't sell it. I just made it for me. So
Good, good. I like the silver.
I'm gonna drop my
It might be the tag members, you know, that silver is what's on the hoodie?
yeah, so this is actually all the staff we had when we were here. It's like y'all had a bunch of staff. These are the only people that were here when we were here.
We might need to tap into you. That's love. So wait, what's on the sleeve? It's like
It's Dorothy is the one who started Youth Build. Taylor was the executive director when I was here. Don Chess was our teacher. Don was in charge of carpet, in charge of the construction site. Rob was our counselor. We didn't have, mentors or any of that. We had one counselor. And then Todd was the help for Don on the site. So that. Oh,
Back on the back.
And then and I actually made it with a heat press that Youth Build bought me 21 years ago.
So I am also in the master's program, actually double master for MBA and NSW, master's in social work. I am a social worker for the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Prior to that, I did 15 years in healthcare, so I have extensive knowledge in healthcare and youth.
Nice. And where'd you go for undergrad?
Undergrad, I went to Drexel University.
Okay. We producing Drexel grads, like, come on.
And it was hard too.
That's
I won't lie. Yeah, it was very hard, and also doing a master's program as well.
Congratulations. Barry, you up next.
I recently, this is the power of change, and embrace the change. We talk about embracing your vulnerability. A couple weeks ago, I got an email from SEPTA to come in and take a personality test. I passed the personality test. Got scheduled to come in and do I forget what the second phase was, but then I get to the third phase, which was yesterday, and I passed both of my tests to get hired for SEPTA. So to be able to come in here and talk to y'all right now, in the present moment, hearing their stories and then hearing mine, y'all gotta understand And don't just think that the opportunity ain't there. You just gotta go for it. For real. I went to welding school twice. I dropped out of college because my daughter got sick. So, you know, you always just keep on stay focused on what's important. Especially if y'all got goals. She a doctor, yo. Like,
I wish.
you almost there. You gotta understand, like, to go from a high school dropout.
Yeah.
I got a lot of respect for this guy on the end. Like, y'all understand. I knew bro when he came in. I don't mean to go on topic, but I gotta give him flowers away real quick. Bro was completely different than what he is now. So to see that he, no, I'm there. Like to see where he at now, see he teaching kids and giving back and hearing that story, it's even more motivation to keep going. I hope y'all getting motivated for real.
What's up? All right. What's going on?
I don't do nothing. I'm just your favorite neighborhood mailman. I'm the favorite mailman. Also, right now I'm going into real estate. So next month I'll be brokering my first deal on land flipping. Land flipping only is what I want to focus on because it's easier for me than having to deal with the real estate market of housing. You got to maintain in the upkeep when you deal with houses and certain properties. Land is a little easier because all you do is middleman. Well, all I do is middleman. Broker the deal between him and him. Seller, buyer. You dig me? Agreement, contract. I get my cut out the top, and they handle their business, and that's just how land flipping is. But that's what I got.
The crazy story, I was coming out my grandma's house one day. I'm outside. I'm like, bro, like that was him across the street, deliver bell. So it's like, you feel school like everywhere, man. Everywhere. I want to ask a question about how do you think YB prepared you for life after graduation?
I'm gonna be honest because Youth Build prepared me in a different way. When I went to Overbrook and I got kicked out of Overbrook for being a real dickhead, excuse me, for me. Like I was in the way. I'm not like I was one of them kids that was really a knucklehead, like in the way every day. You didn't get to school at 9, I'm out at 10:30, call a squad, yo, was gonna go back at 11:30, you feel me, and do whatever in school. You dig me? But when I got the Youth Build, it literally structured my whole opinion of how I view going to school, period. You dig me? Like the whole, yo, where you at today? Why you not in school? Why y'all calling me, asking me why I'm not in school though? Yeah, I'm on my way to your crib to make sure you in school. They serious? Not, yeah, fit right, come on. You know you gotta be in school at a certain time. But Youth Build prepared me to be mentally and physically strong to go out and say, all right, you can say no, you can say no, you can say no, you can say no. Up, there go my yes right there. You dig me? And that one yes could change the diversity of everything you do. You dig me? And Youth Build put me in position. They put me in environments and had me doing things that was my strong suit. You feel me? They didn't have me doing things that they knew I wasn't going to be good at or I wasn't going to focus my full potential on. They put me on panels. They put me in conferences. They put me in environments that I knew I needed to be in. Fortune 500 may be for somebody, but it wasn't for me. You dig me? So being in Youth Build and being okay with not having and being around in an environment with CEOs that got way more than you can think of or imagine in the moment. You dig me? So you like, all right, he's viewing me like we're one and the same. You dig me? How often do you get viewed like you're one and the same when you're dealing with somebody that's money on a different level in their business ventures or who they are? All right, so now we equal. Okay, so now I understand that the way I need to look at things before it's okay to not have, but understand that it's always a next level. And when you think about the next level where you want to go, there's nothing that's going to stop you. Like no BS, nothing that's going to stop you. But
Tyrik, I'm going to jump in. I want to give you some time, man. So, how do you think YB prepares you for life after graduation?
It prepared me a lot, man. It prepared me a lot. I don't know if y'all familiar with the guy that used to work here. I mean, Akbar. That was like my everything here, man. He got me all the way through this journey. At one point in time in my Youth Build career, life, I wanted to leave this journey. That's when I started. So I came from Good Mills. I did 3 years there, some juvenile facility. So soon I came home, I had a scholarship to Chester Hill. So they was trying to get me to get my GED. I went with that because it took 6 months to do that, and I'm trying to start school right away. So like I said, we come from Philadelphia, we went out. I had a kid at 15, So it's like, yo, I'm trying to do better for them. So my goal was to go to college and do what I had to do. I couldn't go to college because 6 months is too long. So Coach Rob at Chester Hill was like, yo, we get some type of high school equipment, then we could take you. Other than that, we can't do nothing for you. So I'm like, if I'm gonna go back to school, I'm about to get a high school diploma. So my brother and my sister went here. That's when they told me about Youth Build. I came here, did what I had to do. Coaches are still reaching out. Like I said, I didn't care too much about basketball, but a lot of people was like, yo, you good, you talented, you should do this. I'm like, whatever. Once it could get me through, I'm with it. So yeah, I was still playing basketball. Coaches was reaching out, so I was ready to leave Youth Build and go play basketball, get money. Sat in that room right there with Mr. Amin, like, yo, you ain't going nowhere. I don't give a damn what they talk about, I'm like, well, listen, I need some money, man. Like, seriously, just like everybody else, like, we got kids, we got to make stuff happen, and we need this, that, and the third. So he lined me up, everything was cool. I wound up staying here, prepared me, so when I left here, again, I was on building trade. I ain't do nothing with no buildings, no none of that. Like I said, it was just so happy to get me to the next point. So me being here on building trade got me to get my high school diploma, take a trip to Costa Rica, which I never left the country. And now I'm sitting here teaching 5th grade kids, trying to get back to them, do the same thing. When they got their minds wrapped up and can't be patient, they just want to go get it, go chase it. And again, like I said, when you've been told and somebody believe in you and they tell you certain things, y'all really got to take heed to that. And we really got to take heed to that. When somebody say they see in you and they tell you the strength in you and that ability that you have, that's when you really got to take a step back and look at it. Because my whole life, I've been ignoring it until I actually start accepting it. I even becoming a teacher. I never saw myself being a teacher. This is my 11th year now, making over $80,000 as a teacher. And we always talk about, oh, from me, where I come from, that's a lot. That's a lot. I'm coaching them, teaching them, I'm doing everything. I'm a basketball coach as well, with Amin Alvar. So again, that's my man over 15 years, like he ain't going nowhere. But yeah, like I said, when they tell you, they see you, that's when you gotta take that step back from the people you're around, the people that's in your ear telling you certain things. And again, like the people that's really with you, they'll tell you the right. So when they tell you like, yo, you got the ability to do this and be this, it ain't just talking, it's really there, if you want it. So you gotta apply yourself if you really want it. Other than that,
I think you covered it. So I mean, was I forgot how long you was there. I don't know which one was young, but I did it like a couple times. You said 2006 to like 2016 or something.
Last year might have been 2018.
2018, that's a long time. So what Boone does, he was in that position. I'm curious to know what's the like dynamic between like the mentors you had, like the impact they had on y'all, what the relationship was like can y'all speak to that piece?
Yeah, I go. Like I said, Amin, that's my guy for life. Amin Akbar, again, meeting him had me connected with a whole lot, like the city council, Isaiah Thomas, that's my old basketball coach. Like I said, relationship was real. I never had a father growing up, seen my dad like 3-4 times in my life, and again, I am a father. So again, Amin was that part where we didn't have guys like that growing up. We had the guys in the area, oh, you want some money, young boy, come grab this paper. You want some money, come do this, come do that. That was real. That was the guys in the hood we look up to. But stepping in Youth Build, meeting guys like that, again, you don't need a gun on your hip to be thrilled. You don't need a pack to be selling to be thrilled. Like I said, I'm one of the coolest teachers in there. I don't dress with a square, so this is really my way to work. And again, it ain't the clothes that make you, right? But again, like I said, all that to be thrilled, like you don't need that. When you come here, you meeting real men, right? That want somebody like that has a purpose. So when I came here, I met a lot of people, Ryan, George, and all of them. Like I said, it was cool. They were thrilled me. That's what thrilled me. Helping kids see their way and their purpose. So.
It's love.
So for me, having a mentor was different because again, you have counselors in schools and traditional high schools. In this setting, you have a mentor. I know what that is, but I was like, what is I'm a mentee, mentor, like what is that? That dynamic for me was different, but I didn't know how important it was. Especially the transition it makes in my life now, being a counselor. So that dynamic in Youth Build was very important. And even in life, like now I'm in therapy. Therapy is healthy. Just encouraging you all if you want to do it. It's okay. So just that transition in my life in a different way, having a mentor, mentee, it prepared me for what I am now and what I'm going to continue to be.
All right, we're about to wrap up in a little bit. My last question, though, I'm opening it to the floor again. What made you choose to come back today to share your story with the new class? I'm just curious. Like, what got you out of bed, besides the email or call from Mr. Z, like, what motivated you to come through and really tell your story?
Just to make an impact like that. To let y'all know that y'all not alone. That y'all know that we walk in the same shoes as y'all. Years after, so we got 93 up here, 2010, 2016, and 2006. So you got, I got out of bed this morning motivated just to come speak to y'all. I don't understand. That's really personally, it's a personal thing for me. That's why.
I feel like it's our job. That's sincerely like how I view entertainment in a way, right? The public makes you who you are in a way. So giving money is not the opportunity. Creating the opportunity is the opportunity. So when you ask, and when they ask me, Rob, can you do this? I always say, yeah. You wanna know why? Youth Build is the way. And a lot of people don't understand the Youth Build way, but Youth Build is like, it's a job. For real. We're supposed to come back every year, no matter what year it is, when they got a class. Hopefully some of y'all do the same thing, because if you make it all the way through, you understand what it took, you feel me, to be in these seats today. Like, that's really what it's all about. Being here is giving back, no matter when you're giving back. But coming back is always what's supposed to happen.
Well, I chose to come here because Youth Build was a great place for me. Youth Build made me who I am today. It made me business minded. It made me smarter. Even though up here, where everybody like, I got my master, I got my bachelor, I got my this. I don't have any of that, to be honest with you. But that doesn't take away from the fact that I'm smart and I know how to get mine. So, but Youth Build made me that person. And like he said, like, take advantage of this program. It is the thing, I'm telling you. Like, and when you need help, call on people. Like, and if any of y'all need my help, I'm Raina Terry on Facebook, on anywhere. Inbox me, Raina, listen, I need this, I need that. I will help you out. I don't have no problem with doing nothing for nobody that came from Youth Build because of what Youth Build did for me.
I just want to encourage y'all to honestly utilize your resources. So for me, right now I might be in a master's program, but I started out at Youth Build. I dropped out just like we all did, or just decided not to go back to traditional high school. I went to the AmeriCorps program at the time with City of Greater Philadelphia. Y'all seen the red jackets, they still around. I utilized the AmeriCorps scholarship to go to, my mom always said, you learn a skill that no one can take from you. So whether it be construction or whatever, when I was here, I was on tech side. So wanted to do tech in, but then I was like, I kind of want to get into medical. So I went to MA school, became a medical assistant, a biller, worked my way up, bachelor's, whatever, yada, yada, yada. But utilize your resources. These little programs that y'all think is good can get y'all to where y'all need to be. Like, you don't always have to do, you can be a business owner, it's awesome, but it's okay to be your local mailman. It's okay to work at AmeriHealth. It's okay to be a teacher. It's okay to just be. But be something great, like, 'cause that's why we're here. We're here to make an impact. And I can't wait to come back and be sitting in that seat. I want to be on the other side just to see y'all talking to us, like letting us know what y'all got going on, because that's important. Especially as black and brown people. It's beautiful to see this. Like, this is what I'm here for. I want to see more of this melanin thing I got going on. It's dope. Let's keep that going. Let's keep encouraging people that we're more than what the media show. We're so much more than that.
I feel like a lot of people are, even outside, ask questions, right? And I'm not talking about us, like throughout the years. Anything you want to know, just ask. Because if you don't know, you won't find out unless you ask the question. To whatever it is you want to know, it could be the simplest thing, but you want the confirmation of what it is. You know how much time I used to ask Akbar and them the same questions over just to get the confirmation. Rob, you know the answer to that. You just want us to agree with it so that way you know you're making the right decision. And that's okay to ask questions. All right, you come in here every day and ask me questions, but you gotta understand, the more questions you ask, the more knowledge you're gonna gain. The more you want to know, the more you're gonna learn at the end of the day. Want to know stuff. A lot of people just sit back and just take it. You feel me? And just flow through, just to pass by. If you want to pass by, that's understandable. My favorite line is to each his own. You feel me? If you want to pass by, you want to pass by. But if you want to take advantage, take advantage. Don't allow, like bro said, what somebody else saying or what somebody else is doing stop you from taking advantage of anything you try and do, because it will happen. And you will sit there and be like, they not going, why am I going on this trip? All right, that's on you. You just lost out on not knowing what you could have gained by going on that trip. that the cool squad considerably didn't want to go. Simple as that.
For me, with Drew, like I said, I'm a teacher. I look at my kids and get 1J, you know, growing up, becoming adults and teenagers and everything else. So, like they stayed up here. I feel like it's a job, you feel me? Because somebody poured into me, I feel like I have to do the same thing. So even telling my kids today, yo, I'll be right back. They're like, no, don't leave. I'm like, yo, I gotta go do this. Like, it's a must. Like, because again, like we said, we sat in the same seats. But some of us still didn't know what we wanted to do when we left here, right? But again, like I said, we was here. And now again, we all went different paths. Everybody I went to school with, they're not doing what I'm doing. They chose to do something else. Some of them not even here no more. But again, like I said, it's that drive. You gotta have that drive. So again, we brought me here today is to make sure that I came and delivered, try to motivate, let y'all know y'all can do whatever it is y'all want to do. Like I said, we really could be whatever we want to be. Again, like I said, we gotta understand when we got that ability in ourselves to do whatever it is we want to do, that we believe it, that we actually go and strive and do that. But like I said, what drove me today is make sure I come and do what I have to do, which is share my story. Hopefully, I know somebody here listen. Again, if you want to be a teacher, we need y'all. We need y'all. We drowning over there. And you listen. Y'all see what's going on in the city of Philadelphia. Right. So again, like I said, I miss my strength. Like seriously, I had Miss Melissa out here. She made mad fun. I took a lot of her tools and I'm applying in my classroom. But again, like I said, y'all think y'all got it? Come on with it. We need teachers, counselors, all that. We need everything over there.
So, all right, so I'm gonna ask the audience. Do anybody want to share? Y'all give them an opportunity to learn a little bit about y'all.
Can I get the mic so I can say something to them? Hello. My name is Rodney Morrell, right? Barry Miller is one of my best friends I grew up with, right? I dropped out of high school just like, I guess, majority or all of y'all, right? I dropped out in, like 2009, 2010. I got married at 17 years old. I got my GED the same year, and I was in college by 17, and I stopped going. I was enrolled for music. I'm in school right now for business administration, right? And I'm the owner of Sound Genius Recordings. It's one of the top recording studios in Philly at this moment. I just hit the Billboard a couple days ago. I work with every artist that you can think of from Philly, every one of them, from Uzi to Rock, to Fabulous, to Jadakiss, to French Montana. I work with everybody. And we just hit the Billboard the other day, 17. You know, we dropped a core album, it's called Thorough. And I just wanted to come up here and tell y'all that y'all just gotta be the primary motivation for yourselves, even if nobody is there for you. Just make sure y'all always get up and do what you wanna do and what you gotta do day by day. Make each day like it's your first day. And little by little work, I make a big opportunity, you feel me? It's not about doing everything at once, it's about little steps that better get you to your goal in the smoothest way, you know what I mean? So I got much love for everybody in here. Y'all look dedicated, and to everybody on this panel, I appreciate it. I got love for y'all, you know? Yeah, I'm looking for engineers, producers, so maybe we can make a gap, a bridge, you feel me? Something to make it work.
We all a few entrepreneurs, artists, rappers, all of yourself in the audience, so definitely make that connection, right? Yeah. I wanted to open it up for the students, so if you wanted to like share a little bit about your journey with the panel so they can learn a little bit about y'all.
Yeah, come on, y'all.
Oh, one question? Questions or share your story?
My name is Salam. My name is Salam. I'm 21. When I first came here, I think that I wasn't even going to be able to go back to school because I heard that 21 was like the final age to be accepted. But because my birthday is in September, I had just like right before the deadline or something like that. So I'm proud of myself for, even though I took a long time, I forgot to say this part, because when I was introduced to YB by somebody at my godmom's house, like somebody that just knew I wasn't in school with my family, I wasn't really looking forward to it, and if I wasn't on it, nobody wasn't trying to make me be on it. So people would just throw stuff in my face, like, you know, or whatever. I ain't never really take heed to it because I felt like it wasn't said to me in the right way and stuff. So like I wasn't really listening to nobody. So one day I was mad about something somebody said, and I just applied, like, because I felt like it was the first stepping stone to changing, dropping out of school for me, like, and I feel like everybody was telling me, like, without a diploma, you know, you can't do nothing and stuff like that. So it was just like I was being stubborn for a little bit, but then I finally did, like, noticing, like, the jobs I was applying to and stuff, like, the stuff that I wanted to do, like, I knew it was big, like, and I needed school, but I dropped out for, I would say, a reasonable reason, and that was kind of hard, like, even dropping out, like, it was hard, like, to even drop out because of what I was going through. But coming back and then being here now, like, my progress and my determination and stuff, that, I'm just proud of myself. And my question was for Ms. Ray. That's your name? Raina.
Mm-hmm.
When you went here, it was a 1-year program still?
It was 1 year.
It was 1 year. And then I wanted to ask you, when you left Youth Build, what made you basically want to be like your own boss, like an entrepreneur, rather than going to college and getting an education?
So because when I went here, they didn't have the type of program that they have for y'all now, where where you get help going to college, and so I couldn't afford it, and I didn't want to be honest, I didn't want to fill out for these large loans that I knew I wasn't going to ever be able to pay back. So it was a struggle for me because I didn't have a father, I just had my mom, and my mom had her 4.
It's all love, man. You got it.
Vulnerability, y'all.
I'm sorry, it's only because in the last 2 years, I just lost both of my brothers. So with me talking about it is bringing it.
Right.
I'm sorry. But my mom was a single parent. So it was like, what can you do, Raina, to make it better for you? Better for you and not stress your mom out. With my sister already in college and I'm younger than her, and I saw how my mom had to sometimes pick between getting me sneakers versus sending my sister money in college to eat. And I always chose for my sister to get that money instead of me getting the sneakers. So for me, it was like, what am I going to do to make me better? So I started to learn things from other people. And when it was time to, every time you had to go somewhere, it was like, should I pay somebody to make that, or should I learn how to make that? So then I would learn how to make it. So I would just figure it out and learn how to make stuff. And then when you learn how to make stuff and people like it, then they start to, purchase things. And then I got my business license, but then I let it fall short because I couldn't afford to keep up with it. So, but that was the reason. And the reason why I'm starting to back up now is because I want to pay off my house.
Right.
And I want to have it paid off in 6 years.
I'm not skeptical about college. I definitely want to be in a position. I want to do better studies. But I just want to, really weigh my options and know, because I know business administration is definitely going to be beneficial to starting the businesses that I want to start. I just wanted to know, basically, the pros and cons of not going right, to a career, college or something like that.
Can I
do what you feel is good for you. I say, but don't be turned off by going to college because
I'm
don't
definitely
be.
not turned off.
It might be for you because some people say it's not for them. Some people it is, But if it's not for you, then don't go because somebody forcing you to. Go because that's what you want. You know what I'm saying? Go because that's what you want.
We had time, yo.
I'm sorry.
No, you good. This was love. This is love. I want to get opposite.
Yeah. My name is Hafiza. I was supposed to be in class 2020, but I ended up dropping out because Philadelphia schools is not what I wanted at the time. They wasn't there for me how YB is. I heard about YB last year. I came here last year and I ended up dropping out in November. And I realized that was the biggest mistake I ever made because I chose a dude over my education. And my mom, she was like, I'm not going to keep telling you to go to school because you're about to be an adult. So I was like, all right, I'm going to make the change and so my brother went here last year too. was supposed to go together. I felt bad because he was like, we were supposed to do this together, like, you know, you my twin and everything like that. But I literally, when his name was called on the stage, that's when I signed up for Youth Build. Like the adrenaline I felt, I'm like, dang, like I had all these opportunities in the palm of my hand and I dropped out. And I was like, this is my last chance, because I'll be 21 in March, so I was like, this is my last chance to like get my stuff together. And I want to be a forensic pathologist, so that's like 12 years of college and 1 year of residency. I'll be like 30 something by the time I'm a doctor. But I've always wanted to be in the medical field and everything like that. And I love how YB is always there for me. Like what y'all said about being vulnerable. Like there was times where I had to tell them like, oh yeah, like I don't know if I'm gonna make it to school because I don't got nothing to eat at home. And they were like, we got you. I needed a winter coat. We got you. I needed money to get my scrubs. They was like, oh, I got you. Because my internship is next week. And I'm like, I don't have the money or the funds to get what I need for my internship. And it was like, we got you. And it feels like a family. Like, you know, they got me here. So, you know. Exactly. Like, Mr. Rich, he not here right now. But every time I'm not at school, every time I'm not here, he calls. He like, where you at? You supposed to be at school. Like, he called me. And that makes me feel good. And another thing that I love is they congratulate our littles. Like, the little stuff matters. And to me, the little stuff always matter. And they just like, I'm so proud of you for coming to school this year. Because last session, I was at a 33% of attendance. I was not here. I was in and out of school. 1, because I caught COVID. 2, because I was sick for 3 weeks straight in January. So I was like, oh my gosh, like, what am I supposed to do? Mr. Rich was like, you know what, it's okay. It's okay, you're gonna be okay. You still got time to make it up. You still got time. So when I came back in session 4, I went hard. I was like, I'm gonna be here every day. I only missed 3 days. 3 days, and I'm like, all right, I did it. I'm almost there. Like, we got this little number, this little line up here, and we right there right now. We got 3 more sessions or 2 more sessions till we reach the end. I'll be so proud of myself when I graduate. And one thing about it, I know I don't know everybody in here, but I want to see y'all graduate. I want to see y'all.